G'day guys, welcome back to another video. As you can tell, today is a bit different. The car's actually sitting above my head. As you can probably tell, it's up on a hoist, so we're going to be doing a pre-trip check. So I'm basically going to be going through my whole car, doing a full service, and checking over everything as I would do for a big trip as we're going to Fraser at the end of the year. So I want to make sure it's all good because, as you can tell, it's quite a long way and I'd rather check it all now than have something go wrong along the way. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy and we'll get straight into it. Alright, so I'm going to be doing things a bit differently than I normally would. So usually I'd start by draining the oil and getting all that done, but I need to get all my wheels balanced because I found a big strip of wheel weights on my front lawn, and now every time I go over 80 k's an hour I get a mad vibration through the steering wheel. So I'm actually going to take the wheels off and we're going to take them in my mate's ute up to the local tyre shop, and they're going to do that while we service the rest of the car. Save having to sit up there and wait for them to do it. So yeah, going to do the wheels first and then we'll come back and get onto all the oils and everything. Alrighty. And there we go, first one's off. So I'll go do all of them and then we'll get back to it. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to get all the bash plates off, then we're going to drain the oil straight away and do the filter. So, alrighty, so going to put the new oil filter on now. So these take a Z148. What I always do when I put a new oil filter on, get a little bit of fresh oil on your finger and just lubricate the seal, just so that when you're putting it back in, it isn't dry and it's got a little bit of oil on it. Yeah, just so it seats properly. So just go and hand tighten that. Tighten it hard by hand, and that's enough. You don't need to nip it up with any tools. Alrighty, so now I've done the oil filter back up. I'm just going to tighten up the sump plug again, and then I'm just going to give everything a good degrease and clean all the oil, because these are a really stupid design. They like to leak over everything when you take the oil out. So yeah. Alrighty, so now that that's done, I'm just going to leave that for now. I'll fill it back up when I bring it down. I'm going to do check all the brakes and stuff now. That's going to be the next thing. Then I'll do grease up all my uni joints and stuff like that. Check CVs, like just make sure they're not clicking and make sure all the boots are in a good nick. And then once I've got my wheels back, I'll check all my wheel bearings and that, because I kind of forgot to do that before I took them off. So yeah, we'll get onto that. Alrighty, so I'm going to check the brakes now. So as you can see here, if we look, so standard pad set up on the front. So check the rotor, make sure there's no huge lip or anything. I don't have any vibration or that, so I know they're not warped when I'm braking. Then basically what I'm going to do is, I probably won't be able to get you guys a decent angle at this, but all I'm going to do is check and see how much pad is left. And as I can see there, there's still heaps on these, which there should be because I didn't do them too long ago. Quickly check this side as well, and yeah, again, as you can see, there's still heaps on them, which there should be. I only did these, I think it was like 2 services ago, and I put like Bendix Ultimate 4 dry pads or whatever in them, which have been really good, I will admit. But yeah, so they're fine, they're all good. I know, like, my brakes still feel good, so I wasn't too worried that they were worn or anything. I'm just going to check the brake fluid and everything when I go up top, but apart from that, I'm just going to check the back ones, blow them out because the drums fill up with crap, and I'll quickly adjust the back brakes as well. So yeah, I'm just going to adjust them, which you just do by clicking the little like wheel, so I'll do that now. So get a little flat blade screwdriver, and then basically you just want to spin these, and there's a little like gear mechanism in here, so you just get a little flat blade screwdriver in on it, and you can just click that. Some more grabbing. There we go. And you should hear that. It's got a bit of resistance. That's good. And then I'm just going to blow them out with compressed air. So just scared of that, because it can get very dusty. I never make promises, 'cause I don't keep them. Just like that. Alright, so I've done the brakes now. So now I'm just going to quickly go around and grease all of the grease nipples. So I'll quickly run you through them. There's one on this uni joint here, going up. There's another one on this uni joint here, and a third one here. Then if we go to the front tail shaft, there's one there. And there's a couple more around, which I can't remember exactly where they are, but when I find them, I will point them out. But yeah, basically that's what I'm going to do now, and once that's done, we'll check the diff oils and make sure they're still good. Alright, cool. So now that we've done that with the grease nipples and that, we're just going to check all the diff fluids. So I'm going to do rear diff, transfer case, gearbox, and front diff. I'm just going to show you rear diff because it's the same process for all of them. So basically, find your fill plug, which is here. Loosen that one off. Now, get ready because some might spill out. Nope, beautiful. So then, just make sure your fingers clean enough. And just go in there and just check. So, yeah, this is still quite good. It's a bit like dirty, but as you can see, it's still like very clear after you start moving it around. So that is fine. And I know from that the front diff is going to be fine because I changed them at the same time, and the front diff doesn't do any work unless I'm in four-wheel drive. Whereas obviously the rear diff's doing the work all the time. So I'm not going to bother checking front diff, I'll just check the level. But yeah, I'll just go and check the transfer case and the gearbox now, and then we'll move on. Oh, beautiful. So now that we've done everything under the car that needs to be done, so all the brakes have been checked, drained all the oil, changed the filter, done all the grease points, yeah, checked everything that I wanted to check under here, made sure everything was still tight, and obviously I do have a little bit of an oil leak, but it's nothing major, and I've noticed it before. I think it's rear main, or it's because it's around the bell housing, so I'm not going to worry about it for now unless it gets really bad and starts actually leaking, but I'm not seeing oil on the driveway or anything at home, so yeah, I'm not going to worry about that for now. So I'm going to bring the car down, and then we'll fill up the oil and check all the other fluids up top. Alrighty, so now I'm going to fill up the oil. So oil I use is Gulf & Wesson Top Dog Global Plus. It's a 10W40, so it's a really high grade semi-synthetic. They use it in the big trucks that have like the really long service intervals, like that's the type of oil it's used for. So yeah, it's plenty good enough for this car. So yeah, I'm going to fill this up. I can't remember how many litres it takes, I'm just going to go off the dipstick. But yeah, we'll get onto that. Then I'll do all the rest of the fluids, so like brake fluid, power steering fluid, coolant, and also top up the washer fluid and stuff. Then I'll check the air filter. Alright, so while I'm waiting for the oil level to even out, I'm going to check the oil filter quickly. Sorry, air filter, oil filter. So, basically these just have like a clip latch system. I'll get a close up of that in a minute. But you just pop that, there's 3 of them, and then the whole air filter can come out. This still looks pretty good, so I'm just going to quickly blow this out with compressed air from the inside out, and then I'll throw this one back in for a while. So just got back from the tyre shop now. All the wheels and tyres are now balanced. So I'm going to rotate them. I didn't mark which one's which, but I've just looked at the tread wear. So this is wearing the least, so I'm going to put this front left, as front left always wears more, as that's how you turn into roundabouts and stuff. So when you turn in, that's the side that digs in, because you always turn right more than you turn left. So then I'm just going around checking all the tyres, seeing what the least wear is. The least wear will go back right. And then yeah, we'll put them on, and that's it. That should be done and dusted. Okay, so when you're doing up wheel nuts, always make sure, if you got 5 stud, you do a star pattern. If you got 6 stud like this, so I like to do 1, make sure that's a good one. 1, then 2, 3 in the triangle. Then move to the one next to the first one you started with and do that triangle, and then move to the one next to the one you just did there to go around the next loop, and then keep doing that. Yeah, and keep doing that until they're all tightened. And I just do it up with a rattle gun. You can torque them if you want, but I've never had a problem just doing it with a rattle gun and doing it very tight. So come back to you after I put these back on, then we finished. As well, last thing, Luke just quickly reminded me that I was going to check my wheel bearings after I put my wheels back on, so gonna give that a rock for me, mate. Yeah, that looks rock solid to me. So yeah, basically just grab top and bottom of your wheel, see if there's any play there, and then yeah, that'll tell you if your wheel bearing's got any movement in it. You'll often hear them first though, you'll hear a whine, and then you'll kind of know the wheel bearing's on the way out. But yeah, that's the proper test to see. It's not a proper test, but that's a good way to tell if your wheel bearings are gone, if they've got any movement there, yeah, on their way out. So, beauty. One thing I forgot to mention before when I was doing my oil, I totally forgot to start the car when I was filling it. So what you do is you fill it to where you think will be enough, then you start it until you see the oil pressure light go out on the dash, because that means the filter is, well, it gives enough time for the filter to fill up with oil. And now recheck the dipstick because it will be down from what it was before. So I'll recheck it now, top it up if it needs any, and then we'll be done. And there you have it, guys. That's just my kind of half-day's job of doing my pre-trip preparation. So that's just what I do before I go on a big trip anywhere. I just make sure the car's in good nick, make sure everything's up to scratch, and make sure everything's up to date, like the oils and everything. I was due for a service anyway, so I did a service while I was doing it. But if the oils didn't need doing or anything, I would just go around the car and make sure everything was good, grease up all the uni joints, anything that needs grease, check all CVs and everything, and yeah, check wheel bearings, all that kind of thing that I just did in the video. But yeah, this is what I always do, and it's good to know about your car just in case something ever goes wrong. You kind of have an idea of how to fix it yourself. If you're in the middle of nowhere and like a CV goes, if you've kind of got an idea about cars, you may be able to like pull it out yourself, just so it's not in there bagging around, or yeah, like simple things like that. So anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, put a comment down below. I'll make sure to get back to every single one of you, and drop a like on the video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.